Hi there, Diana. It's Marcy here with your video. Now, I'm just going to go over, keep it short, and I'm going to go over a few things that you could do to help you beat out your competitors when it comes to your online stuff. So, and just a little bit of education, really, because most business owners don't know this stuff. So I like to just offer that information out to people. Now, what I did was I did a search for laminate. I realize you have different types, but just for example purposes, I put laminate flooring in the browser, and Google always sets up their first page the same way. They put anybody that's doing paid ads here up at the top, and if there's lots of businesses, they'll have more at the bottom. Here is the Maps listing or Google My Business listing. It's always going to be in the center, and they put the top 3 businesses up here. They're always changing things. You know, a number of years ago, they would have 5 or 7 businesses up here. So now they've made it 3. Goodness knows what next changes they'll have. But down here is the organic listing. So, of course, people aren't paying for clicks here. They do with the AdWords up at the top, and nobody pays for the clicks down here. So it's because of the work that's being done that will determine which sites Google's going to place in the #1 position, etc. So, I mean, ultimate best case scenario is that you have yourself taken over as much of that first page as possible. I'm going to go over 3 of the things that carry the most weight and that we can control. You know, age is a factor, and obviously that's not one that we can control, but there's many factors that Google uses when it decides its rankings. But again, some carrying more weight than others, and these carry the most. So the 3 things that I'll be going over are content, backlinks, and citations, and give you examples. So with the laminate flooring here, these big guys are up here, and they'll tend to do this when it's a local search, because I do have the browser for the Abbotsford area. When the competition really isn't all that steep, that's when these big guys will get up into the higher Rona, Costco, into these situations where the local ones, where are we even going to get a local one? That looks like it should be Floors First. Yeesh. And then some more paid ads down there. So I did notice in my search that these guys were showing up organically, so I just used them as an example. They aren't for laminate flooring. It kind of seems like it's a wide open for somebody that really wants to work at targeting for that keyword. But I've used these guys here as sort of a side-by-side, so you can see what's going on for the backlinks. But when it comes to content, content's just a fancy word a way of saying the words on the page. Most websites, and all of this that I'm sharing with you, I mean, it's really not rocket science. So when you want to go out and beat your competitors, you just sort of reverse engineer what it is they're doing, and you do more and better. So content is usually an easy one. Let's see, do these guys have much? Not really, right? To beat. So Google likes to see 1,000 to 1,500 words of content on the home page. I noticed that when I went back into some of your pages, you do have some content on these back pages, but it's the home page that really contributes to being pushed up the search engines. See, when you type something, when a customer types whatever they're typing into the search browser, Google wants to serve up the most relevant results in order to keep people on their search engine, because that's how they make money. So they can't, for an example, when I do this, so yeah, maybe it's talking about the type of wood flooring, but you know, a searcher's not going to put that in the search bar. So pictures are also a really good opportunity to, you know, Google can't read the picture that's laminate flooring, but it's going to read whatever you name the picture. There was other places. Let's take a look here. So luxurious living room floor, you know, it's not likely that that's what a searcher is going to type in. So you want it to match. That's how the content works. So when you get a good content writer and they write you up unique, authoritative, keyword-rich content, it is amazing how it'll help with your ranking. Something just as simple as that. And as I said, it's not hard to beat out your competitors with the content because they typically don't have a whole pile of it going on either. So there's your content. And then when we look at backlinks, I've put the Kingston Floors in here first, and then I'll show you yours in the same tool. Backlinks, just to put it in simplest terms, it's kind of like a vote to your site, right? It's when it says referring domains here, it means other websites that are linking back to this one. So this one has 45 different websites that are linking back, and it's providing them with 385 backlinks. Now, relevancy matters. It's not just sheer numbers. You know, the more backlinks, you know, if you had a backlink from Pizza Hut, it's, you know, not gonna have carry as much weight as if it was from another, you know, somebody else that's in the same industry, right? So his backlinking profile, the work that they've done for their backlinks, search engine optimization, is showing that they're being found for 359 words, that they had 211 traffic or 211 visitors to their brought to their website organically. It doesn't seem that they are running some paid ads too. Yeah, they're doing some paid ads too, but the stats that this is giving is organic traffic, not paid ads. So that's how that works. And then if we take a look at what you guys got going on here, it looks like you had a fair bit going on in 2017 as far as that went, and for whatever reason dropped off, and then kind of starting to slowly build up and sort of jumping up and down here over the last little bit. But you have got 16 referring domains, 33 keywords that you're being found for. 5 people were brought to your site organically. So with this tool, you can see we can get in and we can see what people flooring habits for. There's roughly 100 searches a month for that key term. So when you go in and you do all of this research, see, none of them are really. If you get 10 or, you know, 10 to 20 is usually second page, maybe leaning onto the third page. If you're 1 to 10, 1 to 9, you can sometimes be on the first page, depending on how many competitors there are there. So, yeah, this is all the stuff that'll help you to get ranking on the first page consistently, and you just do the keyword research and go for all your keywords. And then that ties in with citations. Now, what a citation is here is a citation. It's a place on the internet where you're going to find your business name, your address, and your phone number. So the more of those that you have, then it tends to help. I mean, it sort of falls in line with whoever's ranking on the page organically is typically going to get up here into the top of the maps listing as well. But citations seem to give it a bit of a boost, and you'll see what I mean. I put laminate flooring Abbotsford into this local citation finder, and 9 times out of 10 when I do this, I'm going to find the top 3. So Kingston, end of the roll, town and country. We got the town and country, the Kingston, and end of the roll. Yeah. You guys are up here too in the top. It'll usually give me 8 or 10 for the top businesses. So you guys are up here too, and you can kind of see. So here's an example of reverse engineering and then going out and getting more. The top one here, which is and you notice that they don't have like the Rona and the Home Depot up in here unless they're really, you know, scraping the barrel to find competition, because they're not, you know, they're not completely local, and these are local listings. It's odd to see them actually in this situation. So, but they're going to choose a local over a big box store anytime. I mean, that's why Google has that. Again, providing the most relevant for their searchers, right? If it's a local, they kind of geolocate where you're at, and they want to serve up the places that are closest to you. So you can come to a citation finder if somebody had the time, and you can go ahead. It's great with this tool. Gives you a list of all the places where those people are being listed, and you can go ahead and list your business in the same places. And I just popped your because that reminds me of something I wanted to tell you. Your site isn't secured. They're starting to maybe crack down on that a little bit with all the shenanigans that happen on the internet, that they're possibly giving preference to sites that are secure. It's not a big deal to get your site secured. I just didn't know if you were aware of that one or not. And I did plop the site into a performance here, just it shows your speed and whatnot, so that could definitely be brought up some too. So there you go, Diana. That's the information. I probably took longer than I wanted to, but hopefully you find the information useful. If you have any questions, my information will be along there in the email, so please feel free to reach out. Happy to help you out however I can. Thanks again.